Assalamualaikum and very good day to everyone. Okay, today we will continue our discussion on strategy formulation. Okay, class. So far we have discussed two types of strategies. Yeah, namely we have discussed corporate strategy and business strategy. Yeah, corporate strategy obviously is being designed by the top level management, and business strategy is being designed by the middle level management. Okay, they are not a separate strategy actually. So when we talk about strategy formulation, all right, everything come from the top. Yeah, we must remember that everything comes from the top. Yeah, it means that the mother of all strategy are corporate strategy. Yeah, it means that it is a grand strategy designed by the top level people. Yeah, so top level people, they are designing the direction. Yeah, they are looking into a big picture. They are looking at big picture, which direction that our organization should go. Yeah. So we have discussed that several directional options that are available for a manager. All right. So and then that directional strategy is being passed on to the middle level management for them to uh, uh, further explain or further describe or to fine tune how to implement those directional strategies. So when it comes into the middle level management, they translate it or they transform it into a business strategy. Yeah. So is all started from the top. It's all started from the directional strategy. So the directional strategy is being interpreted into a business strategy by the middle level management, and later on middle level management will pass on to the third level of management. Yeah, and it will become a functional strategy. So today we are going to discuss this functional strategy. Yeah, this is the lowest level of management, the functional um, the lower level management, or sometimes we call it a first line management. All right, first line management, lower level management, they are all the same. And at the lowest level of management, we are talking about functional strategy, how they translate the business strategy into a functional strategy. What is a functional strategy, class? How to make it functional? Yeah, if you could understand it that way, then that is better. Yeah, from directional strategy is very general. Is just a general statement. It's just a, it's a very general strategy, and then it's being further translated. Okay, is being translated into a business strategy by middle level management, and it will be passed on to the third level of management, and it will become a functional strategy. How to make it functional? How to make business strategy functional? Yeah, this is what we call a functional strategy. Okay, so we will discuss it later. Yeah, all right. So before we go further, all right, let us take a look at the learning objective first. Okay, so number one, we are going to discuss the impact that the various types of functional strategy have on the achievement of organizational goals and objectives. So number one, we are going to look at the several types of functional strategy and how does it impact, or how does it help to achieve organizational goal and objective. And number two, we are going to explain which activities and functions that are appropriate to outsource or to offshore in order to gain or strengthen competitive advantage. Yeah. All right, number 8.2, basically we are going to look into outsourcing, for example. So what are the activities and functions that are suitable for outsourcing? And what is the difference between outsource and offshore? That is another thing that we are going to discuss. And last but not least, we are going to list and explain the strategies that we should avoid. Yeah. Okay. So let us start. All right, functional strategy. Yeah, functional strategy refer to the approach a functional area takes to achieve corporate and business unit objective and strategies by maximizing resource productivity. So as I said earlier, strategy, they come from the top. Yeah, they come from the top management. in they come from top management being passed on to the middle level of management. It is known as business strategy, and then later on business strategy will be passed on to the lower level management. And these lower level managers, they have to think how to make it functional. It means that how to how to make the business strategy workable. So we have to translate it. So the managers at the lower level, they have to think. Normally managers at the lower level, they are consist of functional units manager. What is the functional unit class? Functional units or functional area, it refer to the specific department. It refer to various departments, and each department are doing a very specific task. For example, in organization, we have marketing department. So what are the marketing people do? They are doing all the marketing stuff, right? And then we have the HR department. So what they are doing? Of course, they are doing the HR stuff. And then we have the finance, we have operation. So they are all have their own, they are all have their own work to do. They have their own scope of activities. So it means that when we talk about functional strategy, every single functional unit in the organization, they have to translate the business strategy according to their own function. For example, marketing department, they have to devise marketing strategy in order to fulfill the objective set forth in the business strategy. And then the HR department also, they have to look things from the HR point of view, how they could help to achieve the business strategy by designing the HR policies. All right. The same thing with the operation, the same thing with finance, because they have their own tasks. They have their own tasks, so that when every unit are doing their tasks, when every unit are doing what they are supposed to do, so overall the organization will be functioning well. When the organization can functioning well, so they have a good chance to fulfill their overall objective. They have a very good ground to achieve their vision and mission. So it means that functional strategy, even though it is located at the lower level management, but it is very important. Why? Because the lower level management are the one who is very close to the implementation of the strategy. Because at the lower level management, these people are the one who are going to implement the strategies that come from the top. From top level, we have the directional strategy, and then the directional strategy is being translated into a business strategy, and business strategy is being further digest into each functional unit strategy, so that when each functional units are performing their task, so overall, together they will fulfill the organizational objective. All right. Okay. So that is what functional strategy is all about. Okay. Let us take a look at the first example of functional strategy. Okay. Number one, we have marketing strategy. All right. I believe every single business organization in this world have marketing units or marketing department. Why? Because marketing is the heart and soul of a business. Without marketing, business will not be able to have a sale. Sorry. Because why? Marketing generates money. Simple as that. Marketing generates money. Okay, so marketing strategy, we deal with what? We deal with pricing, selling, and distributing a product. This is what marketing people are doing. They deal with pricing, selling, and distributing a product. Of course, marketing promotion is part of this. Okay, let us take a look at some example of marketing strategy. All right, number one, we have market development strategy. All right, what is a market development strategy? Okay, a company or business unit can, number one, capture a larger share of an existing market for current product through market saturation and market penetration. This is what we call a market development strategy. All right, what is the essence of market development strategy? The idea behind the market development strategy is that we are talking about how we can capture larger share from an existing market that we are operating. Yeah. So it means that we are already in that market. We are already in that market. In that market, there are other competitors as well. So when we talk about market development strategy, it is a strategy that manager has to think, how can we beat off the competitors and how can we capture a larger share of our existing market. So this is what we call market development strategy. We want to further develop our market share. Actually, we want to further build our business territory. We want to conquer more market share. This is what we call market development strategy. So we can do that through market saturation and market penetration. Yeah, what is market saturation? Market saturation, we want to saturate the market with our products. Yeah. For example, like if you can see around you, for example, 7-Eleven, for example, 7E, everywhere. Yeah, I think you can find 7-Eleven. So this is what we call market saturation. They try to saturate the market. Yeah, they try to saturate the market with their brands or with their products. And also they want to penetrate deeper into the market. Yeah, they want to penetrate deeper into the market. When I say penetrate deeper, it means that they want to penetrate not only in the large city, but into a small town, small village, for example, up into that level. This is what we call market saturation and market penetration. It means that we are really want to conquer the existing market. Yeah, remember the keyword here is existing market. Yeah. Remember, the keyword here is existing market. It means that we want to be more significant. Yeah, we want to be more significant in our existing market. For example, let's say in previous years, maybe we are market follower. We just have a small market share, but now we want to increase our market share. We want to be a significant player in the industry, for example. Yeah. Okay. So what we can do is we can develop new users and or markets for current products. Yeah. Our current products. Yeah. We can we can develop new users or we can penetrate the market with our current product. So this is what we call market development strategy. Okay, next is we have a product development strategy. All right, product development strategy. What is a product development strategy? A company or unit can develop new product for existing market or develop new products for new markets. This is about product development strategy. Okay, class. All right, so far, we have discussed. Okay, one way for a company to grow is one way for a firm to grow is to become more significant in their existing market, right? So that is one thing to grow. Another way to grow is by what we call doing product development strategy. All right. For this, under this strategy, we are developing new products. Yeah, we are developing new products, right? Remember, the keyword under product development strategy is we develop new products. Why we should develop new products? Because sometimes when our existing product have reached its maturity, customer, they want something new. Yeah, customer, they want something new. Because why? Customers love innovation. Customer love improvement, right? So they like new things. So in order to fulfill the customer's aspiration, firms normally they develop their new product. For example, just take a look at this what we call handphone, for example. Whatever brand, Samsung, Apple, they keep on coming with their latest version. Why? Because the latest version are better than the previous one. Because why? Because they want to win the competition. They want to win the competition, so they have to be better from their competitors. So that's why they are offering new products. New products, you know, with new product, we can conquer more territory in the market. So the idea behind product development strategy is that we want to develop our business. We want to make our business grow by offering new products. So please remember, we can offer new product, number one, to existing market, or we can offer new products to the new market. Yeah, so this is a product development strategy. We develop new product and we can offer them into our existing market, or with this new product, we can find new markets. Yeah, we can find new markets. So do you notice or not the difference between these two? Yeah, the market development strategy and product development strategy. Market development strategy, we are talking about how do we use our existing product, but we want to penetrate deeper and wider into our existing market. And we can use our existing product, find new market. Yeah, we can use our existing product to find new market. The key word here, product does not change. Product remain the same. But the only thing that changed is our market. Yeah, we can penetrate deeper into our existing market. We can make our market share larger in our existing market, or with this existing product, we can find new market. So remember, what we want to develop here, we want to develop market. Remember that. We want to develop market, not product. The market that should be expanding, not the product. Product is the same, that market should be expanding. But this one, the product development strategy, all right, what the thing that is being developed, or the thing that is expanding, is the product. Here we are talking about the product. We expand through products. Number one, we must develop new products, and this new product we can sell to existing market, or we can sell this new product to the new markets. Do you notice or not the difference? I hope you can. All right. Okay, this is the second strategy. Okay, and then under marketing strategy also we have brand extension. Yeah, brand extension. We are using a successful brand name to market other products. Yeah, maybe you know, our brand is already strong. Yeah, our brand is already strong, so we can introduce new product, but we can use the same name. For example, brand extension. Yeah, normally yeah, if you notice, most of the car manufacturers are using this method, brand extension. For example, we have Proton. Yeah, Proton, for example. Under Proton, there are many other models. So this is what we can say, brand extension. And then under marketing strategy, we also have a push and pull strategy. All right, this is interesting. What is a push and pull strategy? What is push? Push, you are pushing something, right? So push strategy in marketing is that you are trying to push your product into a market by spending large amount of money, yeah, on promotion, on trade promotion, in order to gain a whole shelf space in retail's outlet. It means what? You are trying to push your product into the market by doing what? By doing marketing, by spend a lot of money doing promotion. So you are trying to push your product, yeah, into the market. This is one concept. Yeah, we call it push strategy. It means that the product is already there. You are trying to push it into the market. Yeah. So what you have to do, you have to spend a lot of money doing promotion. Okay. Number three is pull strategy. Yeah, pull strategy. Pull strategy is a little bit different. Okay, class. To understand this, you need to be able to differentiate pull and push. Push means that you are pushing something forward, right? You are pushing something forward. This is push. What about pull? You are pulling something towards your direction. This is pull, right? You pull out. You are pulling. Yeah. Yeah, push and pull. You need to be able to differentiate that, to differentiate these two words, only then you can see the concept. Yeah. So pull strategy is you do advertising to pull product through the distribution channel. Yeah. It means what? It means that when you are using the pull strategy, all right, when you are using the pull strategy, all right, first what you do is what you do is you create awareness first. Yeah, you create awareness about your brand, about your products into the market. Yeah, it means that you do advertising just to let people know that your product is exists, just to let people aware of your product, to let people know your product, and then they know that your product is around. So by doing the pull strategy, it means that you do the promotion in advance. The product may not be ready yet, but it is a good strategy. Why? When you do this, you know that market will be aware of your existence first, and then the market will demand your product. So when market demand your product, only then you produce your products. You see or not? This is what we call a pull strategy. You let the market pull your products from your factory. We are not trying to push our product from our factory. It means what? Push and pull strategy. Yeah, it means that push strategy, you create your product first. No demand yet from outside, but you try to push them out. You see or not? This is the push strategy. Whereas the pull strategy, you create demand first. You don't create your product yet, because why? To produce a product is going to incur a lot of cost. Incur a lot of cost will be involved in producing an actual product in uh, and it is more risky if you do not know what is the market response. If you do not know market response, but you already manufacture your product in large quantity, that is very risky. So what you do is you do a pull strategy. You create awareness first. You let people you tease the market first. You tease the market. Macam for example, like before let's say car company, before they launch their new model, they do teaser first. Yeah. How is the teaser? They just they just put a big blanket on top of the car. They just let the people see the outline of the car only. This is what we call teaser. So this is the pull strategy. Yeah. So they put advertisement and everything. They let the market aware of their existence, so that automatically the market will generate demand. So when the market generate demand, only then they supply. See, this is the object. This is the pull strategy, push and pull strategy. Push strategy is a little bit dangerous in this sense. Why? Because we do not know the market response to our product, but yet the production is already done. Yeah, we are trying to push that product into the market. Yeah, but pull strategy is better in terms of what? We let the market creates the demand, and the demand will pull our products, yeah, through the distribution channel. Okay, understand? All right. Continue. Okay, and then under marketing strategy, we have scheme pricing. All right, this is a pricing strategy. Yeah, what is a scheme pricing, class? Scheme pricing offer the opportunity to skim the cream. This is the word. Yeah, to offer the opportunity to skim the cream from the top of the demand curve with a high price. Remember that, high price, while the product is novel and competitors are few. You see or not? There are several keywords here in this definition. All right, scheme pricing. In simple term, it means that we charge a very high price for a new product. Yeah, we charge high price for a new product. When the new product, sometimes we call it novel products. Yeah, novel products mean new products lah. Yeah. All right. So the idea is that when we first introduce our new product into the market, we charge them at premium price. Why? Because we want to skim the cream. All right. Normally, when a new product enter the market, yeah, and we price them at a high price, who can afford to buy? Of course, people who are the cream of the crop. Yeah, people who are the cream of the crop. Cream order crowd, normally people with what we call top 20 maybe, yeah, top 20, or people with good buying power. Normally people who are people who belongs to the middle or top level in the society. So because when new product comes into the market, only these people buy first, because why? We charge at a high price. Okay. And at the same time, competitors are still few. So this is what we call a strategy, scheme pricing. And gradually, when the product start to have competitors, yeah, when competitors also start to produce their imitation products from our product, it means that they try to copy our product. So when their product also in the market, now after that, only then we slowly lower down the price. But the idea is that when we first introduce our new product, we want to skim the cream as much as we can. It means that we try to take as much as profit that we can, yeah, while there are not so many competitors around. That is the idea. Yeah, this is what we call skim pricing. Yeah, skim pricing. For example, you take your phone, for example, yeah, when it first introduced into the market, you just any model, any model. Yeah, when it first introduced to the market, the price was very, very high, and it's gradually, and they gradually lower the price, as the competitors start to introduce their own product. So this is the idea of scheme pricing. Yeah. Okay. Next, we have the penetration pricing. All right. What is a penetration pricing? Penetration pricing is the opposite. Is the opposite of the skimming pricing. Penetration pricing, it means that we are trying to penetrate deeper into the market. So attempt to hasten market development. What is hasten market development? To expedite market development. Yeah. All right, and offers the pioneer the opportunity to use the experience curve to gain market share with low price. Remember that this is the keyword, low price, and then dominate the industry. So penetration pricing is opposite to the scheme pricing. Yeah, scheme pricing, all right, for a new product, we charge at premium because the objective is we want to skim the cream. Meaning skim the cream, we want to take profit as much as possible while there are not so many competitors around. Yeah, because new product, when it's first enter the market, it has relatively low competitors. So while we have low competitors, we are the only one who offer this product, so we want to take as much as profit as possible. This is scheme pricing. But for penetration pricing, it has different agenda. What is the agenda? Agenda is to dominate the industry. Yeah, agenda is to dominate the industry. When I said dominate the industry, it means that, of course, in the industry, there are existing players. There are existing competitors. Maybe the competitors already established in the market. So let's say we are new to the market, we come to the market. So how to get what we call sudden, how do we get acceptance from the market? How can we make the consumer notice that we are around? How we are going to compete with a company that already there before us? So in order to gain sudden recognition from the market, especially from the consumer, we put our price relatively lower than the market price. Why? Because we want to penetrate faster and deeper into the market, because the objective is that we want to gain sudden recognition, yeah, into the marketplace. Yeah, so that's why it says here, penetration pricing is the attempts to hasten market development. Hasten mean what? Hasten means to expedite, to mempercepatkan, expedite, to hasten market development, and offer the pioneer the opportunity to use the experience curve to gain market share, yeah, with low price, then dominate the industry. So remember, just a few keywords here. Penetration pricing, easy. The objective, what is the objective? The objective is to dominate the industry. Yeah, the objective is to gain market share. So how do we do it? We price our product lower than the market price. All right, that is penetration pricing, and the penetration pricing is normally used in market development strategy. Yeah, in market development strategy. Remember market development strategy that we discussed earlier? Yeah, that one. Yeah, because we want to gain recognition, we want to increase our market share, we want to dominate the whole industry. So what we do is we try to kill off our competitor. How to kill off the competitor? By selling lower than them. When we sell lower than them, their customer will buy from us. You know, we manage to pull their customer to buy from us. But remember, you know, your competitor, they can retaliate. Remember, when they retaliate, your competitors, when they retaliate means when they respond to your move, they also lower their price. Then you have started what you call a price war in that market. Yeah, a price war in the market. Of course, the price war will benefit the customer. Yeah, customer will enjoy it so much. Why? Because when we are fighting with our competitors by using price as a weapon, at the end of the day, you know, those who are weak will not be able to stand more. Those who are weak will not be able to stand anymore, and they will be forced to exit the market. So what left is just a few company. So that is the danger when only a few company left, or even if only a single company left as a result from that price war. So this solitary company, this what we call company tunggal, you know, they can charge whatever price that they want at that time, because why? There are no more competitors. You see or not? So that is the danger of price war. Yeah, that is the danger of penetration pricing, because it can spark price war when you know, firms are at war. You know, we are trying to kill each other. That is the bad thing about it. All right. So, but anyway, this is a strategy. Yeah, always use with caution. Yeah, use with caution. All right. Okay, next. Okay, we are done with the marketing strategy. Now we are looking into a financial strategy. Finance department is also another crucial department in the organization. Why? Because they are controlling, they are controlling the lifeblood of the any business organization, which is the money. Yeah, the money. Your money, you know what? If you are not properly manage your money, sometimes you can make a lot of sale, but at the end of the day, you do not know where all the money goes. You do not see where is the profit. You see or not? Some businesses, especially small business, they are weak at managing their finance. You know. All right, never mind. We are not going to talk about that. All right, we are going to talk about financial strategy. All right. So basically, financial strategy examine the financial implication of corporate and business level strategic option and identify the best financial course of action. All right. So this is the philosophy behind the financial strategy. Yeah. We want to examine the financial implication of our corporate and business level strategic options and identify the best financial course of action. So the management of dividends and stock price is an important part of a corporation financial strategy. Yeah, the management of dividends and stock price is very, very important. So when we talk about dividend, stock price, of course, we are not talking about SMEs. Yeah, we are talking about maybe a huge corporation. Because why? SMEs normally sometimes they are just sole proprietor, or the best they are just partnership, or maybe private limited. Yeah, but we are talking about stock, dividends, and so on. We are talking about corporations. All right. So to any corporation in the world, the management of dividends and their stock price is very important. Stock price is the indicator of their performance. Yeah, is the indicator of the investors' confidence in them. Yeah. So that is their utmost concern, yeah, to preserve their stock price and also to manage well the dividends. Okay. And then another financial strategy is the leverage buyout. What's a leverage buyout? Leverage buyout is a company is acquired in a transaction financed largely by debt, usually obtained from a third party. All right, leverage buyout, it means that you bought another company, by the means of financial debt. You know, you bought off another company. Normally, where you get the money from, you secure the money from loan. For example, you making a loan to buy another company. Yeah, normally you obtain from a third party. Where sometimes you can obtain from banks. Yeah, bank is the source of debt financing. Yeah, when we talk about financing, yeah, there are two types of financing: debt financing and equity financing. So debt financing, it means that you borrow, yeah, you borrow money from a third party. Normally you borrow from bank. When we talk about equity financing is different. You, let's say, you sell your bonds or your stock, that is what we call equity. You transfer some form of ownership to the buyer, so that when they pump in money into your company, you can get financial, you can get financial boost. Yeah. Okay. So leverage buyout leverage buyout actually refer to the when you bought off another company, and normally the capital to finance the buyout, normally you secure from debt option. Normally you borrow from banks. Yeah, you make a loan banks. All right. And then we have another financial strategy. We call it reverse stock split. Yeah, reverse stock split. What is a reverse stock split? This is what we're talking about stock lah. Yeah, investors' shares are split in half for the same total amount of money. Macam mana ni? Investors' shares are split in half. Yeah, for the same total of money. This is the example of reverse stock split. So, for example, let's say this is before the split. So you have 10,000 shares, but you sell at 5 cents, yeah, per unit. You sell at 5 cents per unit. So total investment is 500. So it means that this is before you split 10,000 units of shares at 5 cents per unit. So when you do the reverse stock split, what you do is instead of you offer 10,000 shares, you only offer 500 shares, but at the price of 1 ringgit or $1 instead of the price at 5 cents. So again, the total investment still worth 500. You see or not? So this is what we call the concept of reverse stock split. Okay, why we are doing this? So this is a long discussion, and this is not the what we call the interest of this this discussion. Yeah, maybe you can look into your finance punya lecture. All right. Okay. So, but I just want to show you, this is what we call the reverse stock split. You split the stock. Yeah, you split the stock instead of selling many shares, but at a very low price. Why not you combine? Yeah, you combine, or you split lah. The word here is split. You split into a fewer share, 500 shares, but you sell at higher price, at 1 ringgit. Still, you can get 500 total investment. Yeah? So this is the concept of a reverse stock split. Okay, next strategy is R&D. Yeah, R&D, research and development. What they do? Yeah, what they do? Research and development, R&D strategy. Okay, and basically they deals with product and process innovation and improvement. Now, this is the keyword, yeah, innovation and improvement. Why do businesses need innovation and improvement? Why? Because we cannot rest at our laurels, because taste of the consumer change, because technology change, and most importantly, our competitors also change. because our competitors also, they improve themselves. So that's why we cannot stand still. We have to do innovation and improvement. If not, what would happen to us is what happened to Nokia. Nokia was a very strong brand back then, but because of their arrogance, they do not want to innovation. They do not want to innovate. They do not want to improve. Now what happened to them? They will not be able to recapture the market like they did before. Now the market is about Apple and Samsung, for example. Or now Huawei. I think Huawei is I think a leading Huawei is a very major competitor in the market at the moment. I think they are on par, or maybe they are, I think, above Apple in some extent. All right. So those are all are coming from R&D. R&D, because R&D can make you better. R&D can make you stronger in the marketplace. All right. Also deal with the appropriate mix of different types of R&D and question of how new technology should be accessed. So meaning to say, when we talk about R&D, we are talking about how to make yourself better. How to make your products, your brands more sophisticated, can offer more values to the customer. That's what customer like. They like more values. All right. Okay. And then, all right, under R&D, under R&D strategy, there are several strategy that we can follow. Number one, we can become technological leader. Technological leader is we can pioneering and innovation. We are the founder. We are the pioneer of that innovation. Okay, I want to ask you, who is the pioneer of the touchscreen phone, a buttonless phone? Of course, you said Apple. Yes, Apple. Because why? Nokia was so comfortable. When Apple first introduced the concept of their new phone, they ridiculed the idea. They said that nobody will not buy. Nobody will buy phone without a button. Nobody will buy phone without a button. Now, where they are, and where are Apple right now? Every phone now are using that concept, that touch screen concept. This is the technological leader. Or we can become technological follower. Imitating the products of competitor. This is what Samsung have been doing when Apple first introduced their iPhone. They imitate the iPhone. They also produce their touchscreen phone. Finally, Apple wants the court case, but they don't care because they already make millions. They already makes millions. All right, and then lastly, open innovation. Firm uses alliances and connections with corporate, government, academic labs, or sometimes universities and consumers to develop new products and processes. This is what we call open innovation, when we can form alliances or kerjasama dengan pihak-pihak lain untuk membangunkan new products, for example, or to develop new product with innovation. So this is what we call open innovation, when we have, let's say, alliances with with other parties like corporate, like another firm, like another government, like academic labs, universities, communities. When you combine together, you join forces together, this is what we call open innovation. All right, next. Okay, operation strategy. Okay, what is operation strategy is all about? What are their concern? All right, operation strategy, their concern is to determine how and where a product or service is to be manufactured. Of course, operation strategy, they concern with manufacturing. They are concerned with the actual manufacturing of the product. So their concern is how and where a product or service to be manufactured, the level of vertical integration in the production process. Remember or not, vertical integration? Please refresh your memory about vertical integration. We already discussed in depth about vertical integration. All right, the level of vertical integration in the production process, the deployment of physical resources, and relationship with suppliers. So this is This is the concern of operation strategy. Their concern is about the manufacturing, yeah, how to manufacture a product or a services, yeah. All right. The concern is on the level of vertical integration in the production process, and then where we can get the resources, again, and then we need to form a good relationship with suppliers. This is the concern of operation strategy. All right, next is the purchasing strategy. Purchasing, yes, purchasing. Purchasing of what? Purchasing of our raw material, parts and supplies needed to perform the operation function. Because now, in most organization, they have what we call purchasing department, yeah, purchasing department. Sometimes they call it procurement departments, yeah, that's that's another term to describe purchasing department. So purchasing department, they are concerned with purchasing strategy, yeah, where to obtain the raw materials, because the purchasing department and operation department, they are very close, yeah, because they are very close. For example, the operation department, let's say they want to produce a certain batch of production. Let's say they require certain raw materials, for example. So they request the order from purchasing department. So purchasing department, they have to obtain that raw material or the parts or the supplies that are needed to perform the operation function. That's why purchasing strategy is equally important as the operation strategy. All right, when we talk about purchasing strategy, we have several strategy, whether a multiple strategy, sole strategy, and parallel sourcing. Yeah, what is a multiple sourcing? Multiple sourcing is the purchasing companies order a particular part from several vendors. It means that multiple sourcing, it means that the company, they buy their parts or the raw material from several suppliers or vendors, several suppliers. It means that they do not rely on a single vendor. It's very dangerous. It's very dangerous to rely on a single vendor, because why? What happened to that vendor, we will also gone. Yeah. All right. And then sole sourcing. Sole sourcing is the opposite of multiple sourcing. Sole sourcing refer to they relies on only one supplier for a particular product. Yeah, meaning that our firm rely on one supplier, yeah, to supply us a particular product. Yeah, for example, let's say Proton, for example, where they get the supplies of their tires. Okay, maybe from, let's say, you just can name it. You just can name any tire producer. Maybe Goodyear, for example. Maybe kalau if let's say Goodyear, then Goodyear will become the sole supplier of their tires. Okay, what is the danger of relying on one suppliers? Like I said earlier, if something happened to that supplier, it will have a direct effect on us. Yeah. Okay, and then we have a parallel sourcing. What is a parallel sourcing? Parallel means selari, sekata, selari. Yeah. Two suppliers are the sole suppliers of two different parts. Remember? Two suppliers are the sole suppliers of two different parts, but they are also backup suppliers for each other's part. This is what we call parallel sourcing. Let's say this company, they need two types of part, namely part A and part B. So company A supply part A, company B supply part B, even though they are supplying different parts, but at the same time, they can become backup suppliers for each other's part. For example, let's say A produce A, B produce B, but sometimes company B, they can become backup. They can become backup, Let's say if A cannot produce A, B can produce part A for our company, and vice versa. So this is what we call a parallel sourcing. Yeah. Okay, and then logistic strategy. Yeah, logistic strategy. All right, logistic deals with the flow of products into and out of the manufacturing process. This is what we call logistic strategy. Yeah, we deal with the inflow and the outflow of the the inflow and outflow of products. Yeah, the inflow and outflow of products from our manufacturing process. All right, so there are several trends, yeah, like centralization, outsourcing, and the internet. Okay, this is the logistic strategy. Okay, you please read a little bit on this trend. Yeah, centralization, outsourcing, and the internet. Okay, and then next is the HRM. Yeah, HRM department or HRM strategy. HRM department, they concern with the HRM strategy. All right. What is the concern? What is the concern in the HRM department? Or what is the philosophy in the HRM strategy? So what are the issues that they address? So basically the issue that they address is the issue whether a company or business should hire a large number of low-skilled employees who receive low pay, perform repetitive jobs, and will most likely quit after a short time, yeah, or we call it the fast food restaurant strategy, or hire a skilled employees who receive relatively high pay and are cross-trained to participate in self-managed work teams. This is the issue. This is among the issue that the HRM department address. Whether to hire the low skill, the low skill workers, because we can hire them in large quantity. We can hire them in large quantity because why? Because they are low skill. When they are low skill, they receive low pay. So what they are doing, they are doing repetitive job. Normally, low skill job. And these workers, they are most likely to quit after a short time. So this model, we call it the fast food restaurant strategy. So if, let's say, the organization adopt this strategy, what would happen to them? Of course, there are pros and cons. In terms of the pro, of course, they can save the cost. They can save a lot of cost actually. Because why? They don't have to train these people, and they don't have to provide what we call the many benefits like the high skilled workers enjoy. But again there are some negative point behind it. For example, the turnover rate will become very high. Workers keep on coming and keep on come in and out. That is not good. Or they have another option. They can hire a skilled employees who receive relatively high pay and are cross-trained to participate in self-managing work teams. Ini adalah isu yang perlu ditangani oleh HRM department. HRM department have to decide whether we want to hire low skill workers with low pay, or we want to hire a high skill workers with high pay, and these people we can train them to do more advanced and more sophisticated job. So these are the strategy of the HRM department. All right, so which one to decide? Depends on what? Depends on the our corporate strategy and our business strategy actually. So it depends. All right. Okay, now we move on to the information technology strategy, IT, the IT strategy. Now during PKP, we rely a lot on ITs, we rely a lot on ITs, all right? Because now everyone is working from home, all right? Everyone is working from home. Okay, under the IT strategy, we have the follow the sun management. What is the follow the sun management? Project team members living in one country can pass their work to team members in another country in which the work day is just beginning. It means what? It means that you can work, you can work, miles away. I think countries away from each other, but yet you can synchronize your work by using the information technology. Okay, so follow the sign management, it means that when you have multiple co-workers who are doing the same project, you can pass on your project to another team members in another country, in which the workday is just beginning. You know, it means that here we do not have what we call time barriers. We do not have time barriers. We do not have geographical barriers. Information technology transcends all those two physical barriers. It can transcend the time barriers and geographical barriers. Now, with information technology, we can be at anywhere in the world, and yet we still can get connected. That is the beauty of information technology. Yeah. Now, during this what we call lockdown or PKP, the importance of IT is more what we call is more important. Yeah, it's more important than ever. Yeah, now everyone is working from home, and the reliance on this IT and technology, especially the ICT, is very, very, very important. Yeah. All right. Next. The sourcing decision. All right. So those are among the business units or the functional units that we have discussed. All right. Okay. Now we are looking at the sourcing decision. All right. The sourcing decisions. Okay. The sourcing decision, we can do outsourcing, we can do offshoring. What is the difference? Outsourcing is the purchasing from someone else a product or service that had been previously provided internally. Yeah. Or this is the reverse of a vertical integration. Okay, outsourcing means what? Outsourcing, it means that we purchase some from someone. What do we purchase? Yeah, someone, we purchase some parts. Yeah, sometimes we purchase some raw materials. All right. All right. So we purchase from someone else a product or service that had been previously provided internally. What does it mean? It means that previously we are the one who are producing it, but now since we found it, it is more it is more cheap if we buy from someone else instead of making it. Then we do outsourcing. Yeah, we do outsourcing. Yeah, if if we found that purchasing, yeah, if we buy is going to save us more cost, then we buy. Yeah. Previously, we are making by ourselves the products or the service that we needed. But since we found out producing by our own is more expensive, then we stop producing internally, then we buy. This is what we call outsourcing. We buy from another company, or we buy from someone. Yeah. Okay. This is what we call outsourcing. What about offshoring? Offshoring, the outsourcing of an activity or a function to a wholly owned company or an independent provider in another country. This is what we call offshoring. Nampak tak? Apa beza dia? Outsourcing and offshoring. Basically, it is the same. It's just that offshoring, you engage, yeah, with a company from another country. That's all. Yeah, you engage with a company from another country. It means that you do outsourcing with international partner from another country. So when you engage international partner from another country, or international supplier for that matter, so the practice is called offshoring. But if you just buy from a company, a local company, so this is what we call outsourcing. That's it. Yeah. All right. So outsourcing or offshoring, they have some disadvantage. Yeah. What are the disadvantage? These are the disadvantage. Number one, customer complaints. Why? Sometimes the specification when we produce by our own compared to we buy from someone else, of course, when we make by our own, it is better. Yeah, we know what we want. Yeah, and then sometimes it can cause customer to complain. Number two, we are locked into a long-term contracts. Yeah, this is the thing. We are locked into the long-term contracts. It means that when you have the outsourcing agreement with another company, you are committed into a long-term contract with them. If they are a good company, it's okay. But if they are a lousy company, so now you are trapped in this long-term contract. That is number two. Number three, lack of ability to learn new skills and develop new core competencies. It is when you are too reliant on outsourcing, so it will hinder your ability to learn new skill and to develop new abilities. Yeah, you will never learn, because why? People do for you. All right. Number four, lack of cost saving. Yeah, lack of cost saving. Sometimes outsourcing is more expensive than making by your own. Yeah, sometimes. And then obviously poor product quality. Yeah, poor product quality. Why? Because when other company are doing it for us, it is not the same as we do for ourselves. Because when we do for ourselves, we know what we want, so we can preserve the quality, or sometimes we can intervene in the quality process. But if the product is being produced by other company, we have no power to intervene, to do inspection in their manufacturing process. Yeah. All right. Okay, these are the 7 errors in outsourcing to avoid. These are some of the errors, 7 errors in outsourcing for us to avoid. Number one, we outsource the wrong activities. Outsource the wrong activities. Sometimes we outsource, activities that is the most important aspect of our product. Yeah, sometimes it is the most sensitive. It is the most crucial part of our product. We outsource that. That is very, very dangerous. Why? Normally we outsource, things that is, simple things, things that are not really matters. Yeah, the what we call the small things that are not so significant and not so important. But if we outsource the most important parts or the most important activities in our product, then it is very risky. Yeah, so that's number one. Number two, we select the wrong vendor. The lousy vendor. Yeah, vendor that cannot deliver as they promise. And then sometimes we are writing poor contracts. When we are writing poor contracts, then if the other company, they have a very good lawyer who prepare the contracts for them, so they can manipulate the contract and we can become at disadvantage. And then sometimes number four, we are overlooking personnel issues. Yeah, we are overlooking personnel issues. Why we do outsourcing is because sometimes we do not have workers to do that, or sometimes we just overlook this aspect. We might be thinking that it's okay to just outsource lah, easy. Yeah, instead of hiring new workers to train them. That sometimes it is a mistake. Because why? If we can really train our personnel to do this thing, sometimes our personnel can do better for us. Okay. And then number five, lack of control. Like I said earlier, we cannot control other organization. Even though they are making the parts or the product for us, we cannot intervene in their manufacturing process because it is not our company. All right. So we have no control at all. And overlooking hidden costs. Sometimes when we do outsourcing, we are incurring other hidden costs. Example, because you need to prepare contracts. For example, you need to pay lawyers to prepare the contract for you. Sometimes, you may involve in legal battle, for example, in court cases, if any one of you breach the contracts and so on. You waste time, you waste money, and so on. And then lack of an exit strategy. What is an exit strategy? Exit strategy is related with the which one? Sometimes it is related with this writing poor contract, lack of exit strategy. Yeah, you are you can sometimes the way the contract is being written, it make for you very difficult for you to exit or to terminate the contract. If you are getting a good vendor, it's okay. But if you are getting the lousy vendor, then you are bound with a long-term contract with them, so it's very difficult for you to exit. Yeah. So these are some errors to avoid. Okay, class. This is a proposed outsourcing matrix. This is very interesting, class. All right. So how we are going to know which activity to outsource and which activity we should make by ourselves? So this metric can help us to answer this question. Okay, so just take a look at this matrix. So we have two dimensions. Number one, the horizontal dimension is activities total value added to firms, products, and services. We can say that total value added lah, yeah, total value added to our products and services is from low to high. And then the vertical dimension, potential for competitive advantage, low or high. Okay, so this one, the vertical one is the potential for competitive advantage, and the horizontal one is the total value added to our product and services. All right, just take a look at this matrix. All right, the first quadrant here, all right, the competitive advantage is the potential for competitive advantage is high, and then the total value added to the firm products and services is low. Yeah, total value added low, but competitive advantage is high. So what we do? We do taper vertical integration. What is taper vertical integration? We produce some, yeah, we partially produce the parts, yeah, we partially produce it by our own. This is what we call taper vertical integration. Remember that or not? We have discussed it, I think, earlier in the semester. Yeah, taper vertical integration. Why we produce half? Why we outsource half? Because we produce half because it has a very high potential for competitive advantage. But why do we outsource? Because it has low total value added to our products and services. So that's why we produce some, we outsource some. Yeah. Okay, this one. All right, the total value added, yeah, the total value added is high, and then the potential for competitive advantage is also high. This one, what we do, we do full vertical integration because we know that it has a very high potential for competitive advantage, and it also has a very high value added to our products and services. So it's better for us to do full vertical integration. It means that we produce all internally. We produce all by our company. All right, this one. All right, this one. Okay, we have low total value added, and also we have low potential for competitive advantage. So what we do, outsource completely. Yeah, it means that we have low potential for competitive advantage and we have low value added. So we outsource completely. All right, and the last one, okay, here, all right. When we have the high value added to our product or services, high value added to our product or services, but we have a low potential for competitive advantage. Yeah, low potential for competitive advantage, but high value added to our product. So what we do, we also outsource completely, but we purchase with long-term contracts. Yeah, we purchase with long-term contract. It means that even though we outsource completely, but we have some long-term agreement with that vendor. So when we have a long-term agreement with that vendor, in our contract, we can nail down our specification that we want. So at least we can control them, compared to low here, low value added and low competitive advantage, even though it is also outsourced completely, but we just buy on open market. Why? Because these parts or this product is very, very insignificant, or it has very low impact to our product. So we can just buy from an open market. Yeah. Okay, so this is the outsourcing metrics. And last but not least, the strategies to avoid. All right, so class, there are 5 strategies to avoid. So I would like to ask you to do the reading assignment on this topic. Yeah, there's some strategies to avoid in functional strategies. Yeah. Number 1, follow the leader strategy. What is follow the leader? Please read your text. Hit another home run arm race, do everything, and losing hand. So these are very interesting strategies that you need to avoid in functional strategies. So please read them. All right. So class, I think that's all. So I thank you all for all your attention and good luck. So thank you.